Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Markets in Waves, August 26th, Thursday. And markets were not really attractive yesterday, apart from maybe the S&P we saw doing fresh highs and some other indexes. The dollar remains, although it was pressured a bit further lower down, we found a support, okay, which means that we might be in for corrections across the board. We're going to have a quick look also on pound, dollar, yen, gold, as well as natural gas. So on the DXY, you recall that we were talking about this sort of breakout. We're looking at the rejection on the top channel and continuation down. Looks like that might be coming in. We are not sure yet because this looks like a 5-wave move, right? Down here. Hold on. That looks like a 5-wave move. So we might get another leg up and then continue lower down for 3, 4, and 5. Okay, or it could be a case where a wave 2 ended here. Our wave 2 ended here and we are going to continue lower down multi-structurally. Okay, so this is what currently we are seeing for the index. What we need to see is a break of the 50, the 61, the 78.6, and then obviously, of course, the previous low, in order to consider this as a good sort of high probability of a further move to the downside in 5 waves. Motive wave, it could be impulse or an end diagonal. What else we ought to do, as correct practice to do so, A and B, and wait for the break outside this channel, okay? This is going to be where pretty much the trend change is likely to take place, okay? If, of course, we start moving higher again, then the situation is going to get a bit more complicated. It might be a case where, this is like, that keeps changing color for some reason. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like some sort of diagonal, but it doesn't look like much of a diagonal in here. It would look more of a diagonal if that was my 1. Okay, so it would be ABC. Yeah, ABC, 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 and ABC. Something like this. So this is what I'm currently looking for the DXY. Okay, now the RSI and the MACD, they don't really show any signals, which means most likely, well, that most of the time means continuation of the most recent trend, which is to the downside. Okay. Now let's quickly jump on the pound over here. Pound turns actually quite nicely here. Okay, we can consider this as a WX and Y, a dip down to 78.6 or so, very deep wave 1, wave 2, excuse me. And now we're looking for a potential continuation up. This keeps doing my nerves, but it's okay. That should do it now. So we're looking at 1 and 2 done, because we had sort of big correction over here, so it's likely to be the 1 and the 2 done. And it looks like to me we're going to get multi-structure to the upside. So it's going to be our 3, our 4, and our 5 in 3, and then the 4 and the 5. Of course, that's a long way to go. Okay, we're looking at medium term here. What we have to look for now, excuse me, channel. What we need to look for now is the getting back to these levels over here, to this channel, yeah, and then break above it, perhaps correct and move higher up. If not, then we might remain under pressure here, and this could easily turn out to be W, X, and Y, right? Because that might just be an ABC over here, and that might be like I wouldn't say 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is an ABC, then probably that would be some maybe a diagonal. Who knows? But anyway, remains to be seen. Data keep coming in every day, so we have to adjust based on what we see. Okay, so sometimes what we see can be blurry because the pattern might be halfway through its completion. Most of the time, a pattern can be not realized, like can be seen, observed much easier when probably around 80% of it's done. Like 4/5 are done for the 5 waves, for example, or 2/3 for ABC. Triangles maybe are a bit easier to understand because you've got the at least the contracting type. You've got the contraction taking place and you've got ABCs. The corrections are a bit easier, but a lot of the pattern has to complete in order to make better projections. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for: this continuation to the upside or a larger waveform. Yen, dollar yen, I've changed again. Okay, that is because we remain here. Guys, so before we were looking at this as 1 and 2, and we're looking at leading diagonal 2, then 3, 4, and 5. But with that over here, that definitely looks like more of a sideways market, right? So I thought, what else can we get here? Okay, so that looks like an ABC. That looks like an A, B, and diagonal in C and in like a zigzag, simple zigzag here over the wave X, okay, and a W because it's the only sorry, a Y. The triangle is the only pattern of a double combo that can really give us an end of the actual complex pattern much higher than the previous low, which is W. Okay, so to me it looks like ABC, 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 A, B. I want to see the C, and then I want to see the E, and from there a continuation to the upside. Okay, this is what I currently see, and that's my main, purely because we are right here now on the sideways. Okay, and we are contracting. This line comes from here, by the way, so it's not like if you're trying to figure out why the slope here, it's because of this. It's an extension of that top. I've had this before as a triangle, you remember, A, B, C, D, E. You might ask, why did I change it? It's because it's considered as a complex wave, the triangle in a triangle, because you can only, they are seen in wave C, D, or E, okay? E, actually, even no, it can be part of wave E, but C and D mainly is where the complex, we allowed one complex pattern, okay, in a triangle, in one triangle. So, and it's not in wave A. So we go with the A, the B, and the C. Or if you like, that's the A, the B, and the C up here. That's a running flat. Okay. Either case, I would rather the running flat or the ABC zigzag here rather than the triangle. Okay. So this is what I'm looking. The alternative, of course, is that we still ended wave 2 here, right? This is still a leading diagonal because we didn't even do the 78.6, right? This is indeed the first wave. This is A, B, C, D. We're gonna get E, still a triangle, okay? And from there, we're gonna continue lower down to the 78.6 or lower, and then continue higher up. But I'm not sure this is, this is more likely to be the case than the previous scenario. And that's why this is the main, and the one I just showed you, well, this is still a diagonal, it's the alternative. Again, signs on the MACD or RSI, not really much supporting currently anything. Looks like a squeeze is in play, either long squeeze or short squeeze. If it's going to be a long squeeze, then the alternative is in play. A short squeeze is going to be, you know, the main scenario. Now let's quickly jump on to gold as well. It looks like the 5 wave move to the upside was completed. Okay, we were looking for 161, but we are also happy with anything above the 100, as long as our corrections make sense. This correction and this correction match to one another. They can be in the same degree, and same structure. And this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, so we're done, right? Now, unless if my 4 is here, okay, because sometimes these very short truncations can be expected, especially in like flats or you know, WX and Ys most of the case. That might be an ABC, guys, and that might be another ABC, and perhaps we might see something like that taking place, and that might become an ending diagonal, and we might finish wave 1 higher up. Okay, so what remains to be seen now is whether we're going to continue lower, because we could do a double 4. Usually I call it when we are in wave 4, but when we're in wave 2, I don't know how to call it. We'll just call it a double bottom over here, okay? A double bottom between waves 4 and 2, okay, which is usually the case. Obviously, we'll be careful of what's going to happen to the upside, because we can get either a move to the downside for wave C and then continuation up, or we can get a continuation to the upside that's going to be like the beginning of wave 3 over here, right? So should we move lower down, look for a potential bounce over here, which can be expected to take us to the 50 FIBO for those short-term traders anyway, around the 1791, should we get to 1774. And from there, of course, we receive incoming data, so we see how this can play out. Or, you know, you could just, if you are a swing trader, you know, that's going to be actually a very nice sort of opportunity to the upside, okay? Because the invalidation, you know, is quite far from here. So it will be pretty much the previous low. But what we would want to see, and we might see it if we get an A, a B, and a B here, and bounce and a rejection. A C wave can take us down 61.8. We can do like a very nice rejection of that channel here, and from there continue higher. And don't forget, we're in commodities market, so gold wave twos are really most of the time doing 78.6, even like 85% or so corrections. Okay, especially at a stage where there is high conviction that gold is going to go lower. And is going to continue the bearish leg, which I don't think is the case. I've been seeing it as a bullish case since the low over here, because it's a triple zigzag to me. Now, if we break lower than that level, obviously, you know, we are, and I am going to update my account. But for now, for the time being, I see no reason to do any changes. Of course, alternatives are in play, and even over here, because we can still get this can be like ABC, and then we can get ABC and ABC. So that can still be my wave 2 coming further lower down, right? And we go down to like, you know, I don't know, like below wave 2, but that would really be something that is not usually seen. MACD and RSI don't show anything, okay? There is a slight sort of signal on the RSI MACD for a potential bearish leg due to this, of course, hidden divergence, and that's why that really gives me the confidence to say my first wave A is done, and we can expect to see this continue lower if, of course, you know, the 70.73 support does not hold. And on natural gas, we're looking for a correction, right? And I think that correction is still under development. Okay, we did break below that triangle, sort of. So the double 4 here is out purely because we have a 5 wave move down here, right? So that's our A wave. When we get 5 waves, it's got to be an A or a 1. So, and that does look corrective as well. So I think our wave B might be in, or we might get, because this looks like a W, X, and Y, we might get another leg up, guys, up to the 410 or so. it's like the last sort of signal we've got on the MACD and the RSI are bullish as well. I mean, we did get that move to the upside indeed, and then we've got a counter RSI MACD signal to take into account. But I think that is probably just a simple correction, okay? And we might just have another leg up before we continue lower down. If we stop at around 397 or below 4, most likely to continue lower down for a 5-wave move, okay? And then from there, should higher up. But if we go above the 4, yeah, then most likely that is going to be something like this, okay? And we're gonna get like a W, X, and Y, or it could be X and Y. So we could get a flat here, because I'm pretty sure by the looks of it, virtually speaking, the rules are okay. You see, 138.2 is still okay. So it could be a case where this is my A, my B, and we're gonna get our C for an expanded flat, and then we're gonna move higher up. That would mean that this is going to be W, X, and Y, okay? And don't forget we are in wave B, so the chances here of that being some sort of triangle as well are a bit high. Might be A, B, C, D, and E. Weird looking triangle, but still it's possible since we're in wave B and not in wave 2. I mean, the assumption is that we are in wave B, not in wave 2. Either case, guys, I will be looking for a potential bounce and retest for sure, but perhaps even a rejection at this channel, okay? For the rejection, we need to see a very sharp move to the downside, because we want to go below the previous low. And if we take that into account, we're looking at the 27th of August, so that's tomorrow. So it's a very unlikely to happen, because that might be a gradual move to the downside. So probably in September, we might start seeing that happening. And, you know, we might get a false break here and then continuation up. Or it might be that the 5-wave counting has been wrong, which means my 5 might have finished here, which is that might be a medium-term trend change, okay? That's the break of this channel only, okay? Because in the minute way, I see a false break here only, which means my 3 is here. But if we break lower, this is a trend change for the medium term, means my 5 is here, okay? So we need to look at markets contextually. We talked about the signal, so that's going to be all for the day, guys. There is another trading session left tomorrow. It's going to be definitely an interesting one, because it's the last Friday of the month of August, okay? A lot of option expiration, a lot of other sort of high activity to be seen. So I'll be seeing you tomorrow again, and don't forget, you can ask your questions on our YouTube section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Enjoy the rest of the trading session, and take care.